It was a cold evening in November. The golden light from the school windows spilled across the cracked sidewalks as Ethan, a quiet scholarship student, walked out of the campus library. His jacket was thin, his shoes worn, but his spirit, though tired, still glowed with quiet determination. He worked nights at a diner, studied during the day, and carried a heart full of dreams no one else seemed to notice. That week, the campus buzzed about the upcoming winter charity dance, a glamorous event where students from wealthier families flaunted designer clothes and expensive dates. Ethan never planned to go. He couldn't afford a suit, let alone a date. But there was something about that night that made him wish he could just, for once, belong. The nurse at the hospital. Ethan's life wasn't easy. His mother had been sick for years, and every evening after his shift at the diner, he would stop by the hospital to check on her. The nurses there knew him by name. Among them was Lily, a gentle young nurse with warm hazel eyes and a smile that could soften even the coldest night. She always treated Ethan's mother like family. She often brought her flowers, or sometimes, a book to read when Ethan was working. Ethan admired her kindness. There was a calm strength in Lily, something that made him forget his worries for a while. One night, as Lily adjusted his mother's blanket, Ethan said softly, "You're really kind. I don't think I've ever met someone like you." Lily smiled. "Kindness doesn't cost anything, Ethan. But it can mean everything to someone who's hurting." That sentence stayed in his heart. The invitation. A few days before the dance, Ethan sat outside the hospital cafeteria, lost in thought. He looked down at his cheap coffee and muttered, "I wish I could take someone like her to the dance, but she's way out of my league." Lily, who had overheard him, smiled teasingly. "Someone like who?" Ethan's face flushed. "You." She laughed softly. "Me. I'm a nurse, Ethan. I'm older than you." He shrugged nervously. "Still, if I could, I'd ask you to be my date. Just once. You deserve to dance and smile too." Lily looked into his eyes, saw the sincerity, and said something he didn't expect. "Then ask me." His heart stopped. "Wait, what? I'll be your date. For one night." Ethan couldn't believe it. He laughed awkwardly, unsure if she was serious. But she smiled, genuinely, and said, "Everyone deserves a little joy, Ethan. Even you." The dance night. The night of the dance came. Ethan borrowed a suit from a friend, too large on the shoulders, too short on the sleeves, but it didn't matter. When he arrived outside the school auditorium, his heart almost stopped. Lily was there, wearing a flowing silver dress that shimmered like starlight. She looked nothing like the nurse he saw in Scrubs. She was radiant, graceful, and when she smiled, he forgot to breathe. The moment they walked in, everyone turned. Whispers began to spread. "Who's that? She's gorgeous. How did Ethan get a date like her?" Ethan felt a pang of insecurity, but Lily gently squeezed his hand. "Ignore them. Tonight, it's just you and me." They danced, slowly, awkwardly at first, but soon, the world around them disappeared. Her laughter was like music. For the first time in years, Ethan felt seen. The truth. Later that night, as they sat under the stars outside the hall, Ethan said softly, "I don't deserve this. You're amazing. I'm just a poor student trying to survive." Lily smiled sadly. "Ethan, I'm not who you think I am either." He frowned. "What do you mean?" She hesitated, then took a deep breath. "I'm not just a nurse. I volunteer at the hospital because I want to help. My father, he owns the company that funds the hospital's charity wing. He's the CEO of Ridgeway Holdings." Ethan blinked, speechless. "You're a CEO's daughter." She nodded gently. "But that's not who I want to be known as. You treated me like a person, not like a label. That's why I said yes." Ethan looked down, his heart torn between awe and disbelief. "Then why me?" "Because you reminded me what humility and kindness look like," she said softly. "You care for your mother, work hard, never complain. You make people believe in good again." The twist. As they talked, a sleek black car pulled up. A man in a tailored suit stepped out, Lily's father. "Lily," he said sternly, "your security detail couldn't find you. I told you not to come here alone." Ethan stood up, nervously. "Sir, it's my fault. I asked her to come with me. I didn't mean to." But before he could finish, Lily's father interrupted. "You're Ethan, right? The student who takes care of his mother." Ethan nodded, bracing for humiliation. Instead, the man sighed and said, "My daughter told me about you. I wanted to meet the young man who still believes in decency." He handed Ethan a card. Come to my office tomorrow. We're offering a scholarship for young men like you. Full tuition, and a job after graduation, if you want it. Ethan's eyes widened. Sir, thank you. Lily smiled through tears. See, sometimes, one act of courage can change everything. The ending. Years later, Ethan graduated with honors, got the job, and continued to care for his mother until she recovered. Lily and Ethan stayed in touch, friends at first, but life has its gentle ways of writing stories. One evening, at the same hospital where they met, Ethan walked in carrying a small bouquet. Lily was waiting by the entrance in her nurse's uniform. He smiled shyly. Lily, would you be my date again? She laughed softly. For a dance, or for life? He smiled, eyes glistening. For life. And as they embraced beneath the hospital lights, the same words echoed in his heart. Kindness doesn't cost anything, but it can mean everything. Closing line for YouTube narration. If this story touched your heart, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more stories that remind us that kindness can change lives. Heart.